Sing day to all. This is Teacher Dan Rogayan, and welcome to another episode of our Let Review Drill. This is part of our preparation for your upcoming board licensure examination for professional teachers come March 2025. Let me first share my slide. All right, so for this review drill, we'll be focusing on earth science. So this is our review drill number 17. And of course, let us all be reminded of our goal to pass and even top the board licensure examination for professional teachers. And let us all manifest and claim it that we will all pass the board exam. Okay? So for our review focus for this episode, we'll be covering earth science under earth science in general. So we have here two learning outcomes, explain the interconnections of land, ocean, and atmosphere to human life on Earth, and illustrate the cycles of water, carbon, rock, and other materials that sustain the inhabitants of planet Earth. So our items, no, the 20 items which are included in this drill are actually cover, no, the general earth science. So samahan po ninyo ako sa pagsagot natin ng ating mga items. We have 20 items for this drill. And let me know later in the comment section ilan po yung inyong nakuha. Alright? So science majors, future LPT top notchers, are you ready? Okay, so let's start. Item number 1, when rocks and geologic events are arranged in chronological order without determining their exact ages and years, the result is known as blank. A. Geologic formation. B. Absolute numeric geologic time. C. Relative geologic time. Or letter D. Correlation period. Okay, so what refers to rocks and geologic events arranged in chronological order without determining their exact ages and years. Okay, so what is your answer here, future top notchers? Of course, we have letter C. It's relative geologic time. Okay, so in geologic time scales, now we have the geologic, of course, the geologic time scale in general is organized stratigraphically with the oldest at the bottom and youngest at the top. So just in case, no, itanong ng board exam, how is geologic time scale organized? So it's actually stratigraphically wherein the oldest is at the bottom and at the top you can find the youngest. Okay, so the time scale is divided into four, okay, eons, eras, periods, and epochs. So the largest unit of the geologic time scale is the eon, and the smallest is epoch, right? So eons, eras, periods, and epochs. So that is the correct arrangement, EEPE, right? So the youngest ages are on the top and the oldest on the bottom, and the time scale is based upon relative times, okay? So therefore, there aren't any specific times listed with each era. So it's relative geologic time scale. So there are relative, no, time, which refers to the physical subdivision of the rocks found in the Earth's geology and the time and order of events they represent. So in the question, you can see chronological order. So that's the order of events. Well, absolute time is the measurement taken from the same rocks to determine the amount of time that has expired. So absolute time measurements can therefore be used to calibrate the relative time scale, producing an integrated geologic or geochronologic timescale that combines both types of data. Okay, so in our question, that is relative geologic time. So you can see here, no, a snippet of the geologic time scale. As mentioned, no, we have the eon here, okay? We have the era, okay, the period, and of course, the epoch. So at present, no, we are now in the Panerozoic eon, Cenozoic era. So at present, we are in Cenozoic era, okay, Quaternary period, and of course, we are in the Holocene epoch, okay, at present. Okay, next item number 2. Which of the following is a feature formed by coastal deposition? A. Sea arc, B. Sea stack, C. Spit, D. Wave cut cliff. Okay, so what is your answer here? Feature formed by coastal deposition. What's the answer? All right, of course, this is correct. Now it's letter C, speed. Okay, so when we talk about speeds, it's a depositional feature where sediment extends from the shore due to longshore drift. Okay, forming a narrow landform. While sea arc is formed by coastal erosion when waves erode the headland, creating an arc-like structure. While the sea stack resulting from coastal erosion as well, a sea arc collapses, leaving an isolated pillar of rock. While the wave cut cliff is created by wave erosion cutting into the base of a coastal landform, leading to a steep cliff. So in our item, in our question, that is actually a spit. No? So if you can see here, the formation of spit near a reverse mount, you can see here. Okay, so there is a uh, deposition here. Okay, so that this is the mainland, the headline. Here you can see the speed. Okay, so next item, item number 3. Fossils from the Precambrian era typically include bland. A. Leaf impressions and shark teeth. B. Dinosaur bones and giant birds. C. Human skulls and skeletons. Letter D. Algae, bacteria, and sea worms. Okay, so what is your answer here? Future top notchers. Okay, of course, no? So here, of course, the fossils are letter, what's this? Letter D, no? This is actually letter D. So let me correct our yeah, so letter D. So it's actually algae, bacteria, and sea worms. Okay, so letter D is the correct answer. Okay, so here, algae, bacteria, and sea worms, no, the Precambrian era was dominated by simple life forms like prokaryotic bacteria, algae, and early multicellular organisms. So that's algae, bacteria, and sea worms. While dinosaur bones and giant birds, no, they appeared much later during the Mesozoic era naman. So, pag sa dinosaur, Mesozoic era. While the human skulls and skeletons, no, humans evolved only in the Quaternary period of the Cenozoic era. Remember, we are now at the Cenozoic era in the Quaternary period. And what epoch is our present epoch? That is Holocene epoch. Okay? So you can see also, no, you might encounter also stromatolites, no? Stromatolites or layered rocks, no? Literally means layered rocks, are the dominant fossil type for most of the Precambrian. So with the oldest identified examples going back at least 3,450 million years. So you can see here layering, no? So this is literally a layered rock. We call it the stromatolites. Okay. Next item, item number 4. Any natural flow of water confined within well-defined banks is called a blank. A. Aquifer, B. River flow, C. Stream, D. Water table. So what is your answer? Feature top notchers. Okay. All right. Of course. This is letter C. That's correct. Letter C, stream. Okay, so letter C is the correct answer. And when we talk about stream, it's a natural flow of water confined within well-defined banks, ranging from small creeks to large rivers. Kaya nga, river can be considered as a large stream. Okay, so aquifer is an underground layer of water-bearing rock that stores and transmits groundwater, while the river flow describes the movement of water within a river. And the water table is the upper surface of groundwater, marking the boundary between saturated and the unsaturated zone. So in this item, our correct answer is stream. Okay. Next item, item number 5. The boiling point of water decreases as elevation increases. Based on the table below, at which mountain in the Philippines would the boiling point be the lowest? So here we have the mountain and their corresponding elevation in terms of meters above sea level, or MASL. Mount Orion, 1,125 MASL. Mount Makiling, 1,130 MASL. Mount Banahal, 2,450 MASL. and Mount Apo 3,100 MASL. So which mountain here would the boiling point be the lowest? Is it A, Mount Apo, B, Mount Makiling, C, Mount Banahaw, or letter D, Mount Arayat? All right, so what's your answer? Of course, no? So that is letter A. That's Mount Apo, the highest mountain in the Philippines. So the boiling point of water decreases as elevation increases because of atmospheric pressure is lower at higher altitudes. Okay? So among the given mountains, Mount Apo is the highest elevation at 3,143 meters above sea level, meaning it has the lowest atmospheric pressure and thus the lowest boiling point of water as well. Okay, so in terms of the highest mountains in the Philippines, we have the Mount Apo as the first, no, as the highest mountain in the Philippines, found in the boundary of Davao City, Davao del Sur, and Cotabato. All right, so specifically, it has 2,956 meters above sea level. Okay, then we have Mount Dulang-Dulang, okay, in Kitangland Range, right, at 2,938 meters. Mount Pulag, the third highest mountain and the highest mountain in Luzon, found in the Cordilleras at 2,922 meters. Then we have the Mount Kitanglad in the Kitanglad Range, 2,899 meters. And we have the Mount Pia Payungan in the Pia Payungan Range, about 2,890 meters. Okay, so before, no, Mount Pulag, no, is considered as the second highest. But with the GPS technology and the remeasuring, no, of our mountains, they found out that Mount Dulang-Dulang, no, is the second highest. And this is found in Kitanglad Range. Okay, so next item, item number 6, the estimated age of the Earth as determined through radiometric dating is blank. A, 1,200 billion years, B, 150 million years, C, 320 million years, or letter D, 4.6 billion years. Okay, so what is the estimated age of the Earth? Okay, so what's your answer here, future top-notchers, future LPTs? Of course, this is 4.56 billion years, or around 4.6 billion years. So measuring the uranium to lead ratios in the oldest rocks on Earth gave scientists an estimated age of the planet Earth of 4.6 billion years. Okay, so that is the correct answer. Okay, so item number 7. The geologic era when dinosaurs thrived was the blank. A. Mesozoic, B. Cambrian, C. Cenozoic, D. Paleozoic. I did mention this earlier, no? So the answer is, what's the answer? That's correct, of course. That is the Mesozoic era. So during the Mesozoic era is the era of the dinosaurs. Okay, so the age of dinosaurs, this era, 252 to 66 million years ago, saw dinosaurs dominate the planet Earth. While the Precambrian marked the explosion of marine life, Cenozoic, known as the age of mammals, our recent uh era here, okay, is the age of the mammals, begun after the dinosaur went extinct. And when we talk about extinction, this is the disappearance of a species or organisms. While Paleozoic featured early life forms like fish, amphibians, and invertebrates. So early life during the Paleozoic era. Okay, so you can see here the Precambrian Eon, no? You have the Archean, okay, the first living organisms, bacteria, in the Proterozoic, now you can see first animal traces on algae, single-cell living things, first animals with shells, sponges, and during the Paleozoic, you can see the first land plants, many types of animals with shells, right? Then you can also see some first amphibians here, and then some many types of reptiles during the Permian, okay? While in the Mesozoic, no, the age of dinosaurs, okay, you can see here, of course, the different dinosaurs, no, divided into Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. Okay, then you have the Cenozoic era divided into the Paleogene, Neogene, and Quaternary period, where humans, no, can be found here. Okay, so and other many types of animals. Okay, item number 8. Chemical weathering and rocks can be identified by analyzing their blank. A. Composition. B. Mass. C, density, D, temperature. So what is your answer here, future top-notchers? Alright, of course, when we talk about chemical weathering, can be identified by analyzing their composition. So letter A is the correct answer. Okay, so chemical weathering alters or changes the mineral composition of rocks through reactions like oxidation, hydrolysis, and carbonation. Okay, item number 9. The largest unit of geologic time is the blank. A, era, B, eon, C, epoch, D, period. So what is your answer? Okay. All right. So we did mention this not earlier. And of course, this is actually the eon. The eon, and then the era, the period, and the epoch. Okay. So eon, era, period, and the epoch. So at present, as I mentioned earlier, we are now at the Phanerozoic era. Eon, I mean, that's the largest. Then Cenozoic era, in terms of era, in terms of period, we are quaternary. And in terms of epoch, we are at the Holocene epoch, which is the smallest, no? From largest to smallest. Just in case ipa-arrange, no, ng PRC in the board exam, at least alam natin yan. That's eon, era, period, and epoch. And just for an additional information, some scientists propose, no, that we have entered the Anthropocene epoch, okay, due to significant human impact on Earth. Just in case there would be questions about these um informal and unofficial epoch that is Anthropocene. Okay. So there you can see, no, the Eon, Phanerozoic era, we have the Cenozoic era at present, the Quaternary period, and the Holocene. Okay, wherein there are three stages here: the Greenlandian, North Grecian, and Meghalayan. Okay, so there. Okay, next, item number 10. In desert environments, the primary force responsible for the movement of sand and other materials is blank. A, gravity, B, wind, C, creep, D, rain. Right? So what's the primary force responsible for the movement of sand and other materials? This is none other than the wind. Letter B is the correct answer. That's the wind. Okay? It's a dominant force in desert environments responsible for transporting sand and shaping dunes through erosion and deposition. While gravity influences rockfalls and landslide, but not the primary driving force. Creep is a slow movement of soil and rock, mainly in humid or sloped areas. While the rain, rare in deserts and flashlands, can move sediment. And just in case matanong sa ating majorship, what's the largest desert in planet Earth? That is Antarctica, which is a cold desert. But if it's a specific question, largest hot desert, that is Sahara. Okay, item number 11. The device used to detect, measure, and record earthquake vibrations is called a blank. A, sonograph, B, seismograph, C, Richter scale, D, magnetometer. Okay, device used to detect, measure, and record earthquake vibrations. So what is that? All right, so what's the answer here? Of course, this one's very basic. This is letter B, seismograph. Okay, so letter B is seismograph. Seismograph is the correct device that detects, measures, and records earthquake vibrations, where sonograph is used for underwater mapping and detecting objects, while the Richter scale is a numerical scale used to measure the magnitude of an earthquake. It's a magnitude of an earthquake. While magnetometer measures magnetic fields primarily used in geology and archaeology. So the answer here is seismograph. That's the correct answer. Item number 12. The major natural agents responsible for erosion include blank. A, glaciers and waves only. B, waves only. C, streams and waves only. D, streams, glaciers, and waves. Okay, so what are the major natural agents responsible for erosion? So what's your answer, future top natchers? Of course, this is letter, yes, it's letter D, streams, glaciers, and waves. Okay, letter D is the correct answer. And when we talk about erosion, it's the process of transporting soil, rock, and sediments from one place to another due to natural forces. So that's erosion. And streams, glaciers, and waves are three major natural agents of erosion, shaping the Earth's surface through different mechanisms. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Item number 13. Earth's magnetic field is most likely caused by blank. A. Convection currents in the molten outer core. B. The rotation of the Earth acting on all of Earth's electrons. C. The revolution of Earth around the Sun. Or letter D. Millions of small magnets buried in the Earth's crust. Okay, so what is your answer here? Okay, so what's your answer, future top notchers? Okay. So let me charge my laptop for a while. All right. So here, of course, item number 13, that's letter A, convection currents in the molten outer core. So this is the correct answer. And the movement of molten iron and nickel in the Earth's outer core generates electric currents, which create the Earth's magnetic field through the dynamo effect. Okay, so that's the correct answer. Item number 14. Which of the following is not a common characteristic of sedimentary rocks? A. Discordant structures. B. Ripple marks. C. Stratification. Letter D. Bedding. Okay, so what is not a common characteristic of sedimentary rock? This is actually letter A, discordant structure. So basically, discordant structure is more of igneous rocks. Okay, so discordant structures, not a common characteristic of sedimentary rocks. This term is more associated with intrusive igneous formations where magma cuts through existing rock layers. While the ripple marks, very common in sedimentary rocks formed by water or wind movement. While stratification is a key feature of sedimentary rocks, which refers to the layering of deposited sediments over time. And lastly, the bedding is an arrangement of sediment layers in a. So here, the answer is discordant structure, which is more of an intrusive igneous rock and not a sedimentary. Item number 15. The two most abundant elements in Earth's crust are blank. A. Silicon and oxygen. B. Aluminum and iron. C. Silicon and aluminum. Letter D. Oxygen and iron. Okay, so what is your answer, future top notchers? Okay, so here, very basic ito. Right? That's correct. It's silicon and oxygen, which of course comprises our silica. Remember that more than 90% of Earth's crust is composed of silicate minerals, making silicon at 28% the second most abundant element in the Earth's crust. And what's the most abundant element in the Earth's crust? That's oxygen at 46%. What's the most abundant element naman in the atmosphere? That's nitrogen at 78%. What's the most abundant element in our body? That's oxygen, no, at 65%. Okay, so silicon links up with oxygen to form the most common minerals on the earth. And when we talk about the most abundant elements in the different layers of the earth, the crust is rich in oxygen and silicon, forming the silicate minerals. Mantle has oxygen, magnesium, and silicon, making up silicate-rich rocks, while the core is mainly iron and nickel, forming a dense metallic layer. Okay? So silicon and oxygen sa crust, silicon, magnesium, and oxygen sa ating mantle, and then iron and nickel in our crust. Okay? So don't forget that. Item number 16. Only about 50% of the solar energy reaching Earth's atmosphere directly reaches the surface. What happens to the remaining radiation? A. It loses energy traveling through space. B. It is absorbed or reflected by the atmosphere. C. It loses energy overcoming the sun's gravity. Or letter D. It is reflected off the moon and back into space. So what happens to the remaining radiation? Okay, so what's your answer here? Future top notchers. All right. So of course the answer here is letter B. It is absorbed or reflected by the atmosphere. So the answer is letter B. Okay, so the atmosphere absorbs some radiation by gases like water vapor, carbon dioxide, and ozone, and reflects some by clouds, dust, and aerosol. So preventing all of it from reaching our surface. Okay, so that's the answer, letter B. Okay, item number 17. The majority of molecular oxygen in Earth's early atmosphere resulted from blank. Is it A, decaying primitive plants and animals, B, lightning striking the earth, C, photosynthesis in primitive plants, or letter D, volcanic eruptions? Okay, so what's your answer here? The majority of the molecular oxygen in the early atmosphere is actually resulted from, that's correct, letter C, photosynthesis in primitive plants. So letter C is the correct answer. The early cyanobacteria or the blue-green algae use photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into oxygen, gradually increasing our atmospheric oxygen levels during the Great Oxygenation Event about 2.5 billion years ago. Okay, so you can see here, no, 2.5 billion years ago, at Great Oxidation Event, atmospheric oxygen. So cyanobacteria, beginning of the oxygen, producing photosynthesis, and you can also see there the stromatolites, no, our layered rocks. Okay, next item, item number 18. Which of the following is not classified as a common metamorphic rock? A, slate, B, gneiss, C, shale, D, marble. Not classified is a common metamorphic rock is, what do you think is the answer here? Not common metamorphic, that's correct. Letter C, shale is not a common metamorphic rock. It's actually a sedimentary rock that can transform into slate under heat and pressure. While slate is a common metamorphic rock formed from shale under low-grade metamorphism. While the gneiss is a metamorphic rock with distinct bonding formed under high-pressure condition from granite or sedimentary rocks. While marble is a metamorphic rock formed from limestone subjected to heat and pressure. So our answer here, not a metamorphic rock, is shale. The rest are metamorphic rocks, slate, gneiss, and marble. Item number 19. Loam soil is best described as blank. A, mostly humus with some sand. B, a mixture of all sand and humus. C, an equal blend of sand, silt, and clay. Or letter D, soil from the sea horizon of a soil profile. So what is your answer? Okay. Of course, loam soil is best described as the combination of sand, silt, and clay. Letter C is the correct answer. So an equal blend of sand, soil, silt, and the clay. All right. So loam is considered the ideal soil for plant growth due to its balanced texture, which provides good drainage, aeration, and nutrient retention. While pedology is a branch of soil science that focuses on the formation, classification, and mapping of soils. So it examines soil composition, properties, and development over time. The study of soil is actually soil science in general, but pedology is very specific to our soil formation, classification, and mapping. Okay, so here you can see the different soil horizon, the O horizon, the organic layer, no, which has the humus here, the topsoil, the minerals with humus, A horizon. The E horizon or the elevation layer, rich minerals and organic matter can be found. The B horizon, the subsoil, deposited minerals and metal salts. The C horizon, the parent rock, partly weathered rock. And the R horizon or the bedrock, unweathered parent rock. Okay, so these are the different soil horizons. Last item, item number 20. Rocks that are formed due to the alteration or of pre-existing rocks through heat, pressure, or chemical processes are classified as black. A. Metamorphic rocks. B. Igneous rocks. C. Gneiss rocks. D. Sedimentary rocks. So what is your answer here? Future top-notchers. Okay? So what's the answer here? Of course, this is none other than letter A. It's metamorphic rocks. So it's actually through heat, pressure, or chemical process. So formed when pre-existing rocks undergo heat, pressure, and chemical changes, without melting, while igneous rocks form from cooling and solidification of magma or lava. So for igneous rocks, cooling and solidification of magma or lava. Kaya nga, there was a previous board question, no? What type of rocks can be found, no? Commonly found, no? In the Bicol region. So you can answer igneous rocks because of the presence of volcano, particularly the Mount Umayon. Okay, sedimentary rocks formed by compaction and cementation of sediments. All right, so these are our three types of rocks: metamorphic, igneous, and sedimentary rocks. Okay, so that ends our 20-item drill for general earth science. So I hope um you learned something new, and let me know in the comment section how many items did you get out of our 20-item drill. So maraming salamat po. Till our next video, abangan po ninyo, and you can also, of course, find some of our previous videos in our YouTube channel. So laban, papasa tayo. Okay, thank you very much, and till our next video.